So, I wanted to like this book, guys. This was sent to me by my friend Chris, and yes, we are going to be doing a review of One World Under Doom. Um, yeah, yeah. I wanted to like this comic. I did. It's got all the things I wanted. Doctor Doom ruling the world, the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four coming together to fight him, and Ryan North, who I've been really loving his Fantastic Four comics, and I still want to read them. I do. I think he's really good in those books, but this dude bit off way more than he could chew with this comic, with One World Under Doom. So let's get into it. So the comic, for those who need some background, basically during the previous event, Blood Hunt, what had happened was that Doctor Doom took on the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme to get rid of the vampires and stop the Blood Hunt. However, Doctor Doom still held that title of Sorcerer Supreme until he could fix the world. So now he after staying in Latveria for several months, he's now come out and is now successfully taken over the world. And now the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four have to find a way to beat him. That sounds all cool, right? Like, that's really cool. Like I said, I really do feel like Ryan North bit off way more than he could chew with this comic, because first off, why is this book 9 issues? Why is this event like 9 issues long? This didn't need to be 7. Like, and I'll tell you why a few parts of it could have been cut out and put in tie-ins. Like, and I even saying 7 is a stretch, because this book is ungodly long, and it just kind of devolved. Like, all the ideas it had, it's very much like Civil War in the sense that, like, we come up with these really, fascinating ideas and what to discuss about the real world. Ryan North, much like Mark Millar, is not suited for that, which sucks, because, like, he actually did a good job of the Fantastic Four tie-ins kind of discussing that same matter. So I'm like, you were good in there in the Fantastic Four tie-ins to One World Under Doom, then why did you suck so bad at this? Obviously, this comic, and I'm not even gonna. The book doesn't even try to pussyfoot around it, so I'm not even gonna try either. This book is meant to compare the second Trump administration, which, as you guys probably know, I'm not a fan of in any way, shape, or form. And it tries to make all those comparisons of, like, people trying to rationalize, the current administration with Doctor Doom. Here's the problem. You can't. You really cannot compare Doctor Doom to the current president, and you can say, oh, they're both villains. Yeah, that's true. But, like, Doom has gone out of his way to fix things, to basically promise and actually carry through with those promises, other than be like, I have the best Sorcerer Supreme. Some would say it's not so big, I disagree. But I think I'm the best Sorcerer Supreme. We're going to get rid of all the mutants. All the mutants. Maybe not the kids. The kid mutants can stay, they're very cute. Buckle up. But yeah, Ryan North just does not, trying to make a comparison, because Doctor Doom, despite what happens later in the book, it's really hard, because it's like Doctor Doom has had a past of, saving the world multiple times over, even though, yes, he is still a villain. But at the same time, the Avengers just drink fucking stupid juice throughout the entire book, until, someone has to give them the answer. They don't figure it out for themselves. Everyone has to drink collective fucking stupid juice. For 3 issues, the first 3 issues is, you don't want to know what their plan is? You want to know what their plan is? Come on, I'll tell you. Fight Doom. Literally in the second issue, the Fantastic Four think their best idea is just humiliate Doctor Doom in a fight, when that didn't work the first time. And then the third time around, they're just like, now we're going to fight Doctor Doom, but we're going to team up with the Masters of Evil. That'll totally not backfire on us. What? And then it's just, let's fight him some more throughout the comic. And there's also, and I'm going to say this, because it really felt like there's a moment, a lot of Thor like, hey, let's go kill Doom, and then after the fight with Dormammu, which that whole storyline could have been cut out of all of this, the Dormammu part where Dormammu comes in because Doom wasn't paying attention to his titles as the Sorcerer Supreme. He comes in, comes in, and him and Doom fight, and that whole thing could have been a tie-in issue of some comic, because it adds nothing other than Thor and Iron Man have this conversation where Thor's like, well, Odin's a king and Doom made himself emperor. No, that's not the same thing, Thor. Doom forcefully put himself on the throne after manipulating all the world leaders with a lot of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, which that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Like, Dr. Doom just talked to these people and they just said yes. Like, hey, if you do this, I'll give you this, this, and this, because I'm the Sorcerer Supreme now, and they were just like cool with it. I don't think every world leader, no matter how much degeneracy they have, I struggle to believe that a lot of world leaders would be willingly giving up that power because that power is theirs. So they would try to fight Doom no matter what. I don't think every single nation would be like, yeah, Doom will totally secede and call you Big Daddy Doom. They don't actually do that, but I'm sure that was a code name in someone's phone, some prime minister's phone. Yeah. But again, going back to the Thor thing, Thor and Tony have this conversation, and like, there's no way Thor would be, and again, Thor just goes from after the fight with Dormammu, he's just like, oh yeah, Doom may be onto something of ruling you, because it's kind of like how Odin ruled the 9 realms. And I'm just like, okay, no, Thor, Odin conquered those realms through force. You know your father. Like, you know that. And also, you even hated your father's how he did things. Also, you suddenly change your tune, and then everyone, like most of the Avengers, almost turn on Tony, because like he almost sounds like a conspiracy theorist thinking that like Doom's been 10 steps ahead of everyone, when that should be the thought constantly. Everyone just goes stupid in this book. And like, again, we go the whole thing of like, aren't we better now than 4 years ago? And like, there's no comparison. Dr. Doom literally is following through with, yes, he is ruling over these people, but like, he's also at the same time following through with the stuff. It's not like he's giving empty promises and then never delivers, and also just lies and baits about everything. He's actually following through, so you have a problem with it. It's also the same thing where like Reed and Victor go on live TV to have a debate, and then it's revealed that Doom has been, and this is the most un-Doom thing I have ever seen, is that Doom basically kidnapped the people of Latveria and was using their life force to enhance his magic. At no point would Victor Von Doom ever consider something like that, even when he says like, oh, the ends justify the means. What? We saw in Secret Wars that we've seen it in Secret Wars, Doom War, and I could look at a lot of other Doom-centric events where he put the people of Latveria first and foremost. It doesn't work. And also, it also comes out of nowhere when Doom puts the nail in the coffin during the debate, where he's like, look, let me ask you this, Richards. You invent new objects every day, and you hoard it away. Tony's repulsor technology could help clean energy for decades. Pym particles could solve world hunger in a week. But we bring up that old chestnut of like, if the Avengers and superheroes are like building all these great things, then hoarding it away, wouldn't it be better to share it with the world? And yes, there are comics where like that conversation is brought up multiple times. and there's always like another like convenient villain that shows up and ruins it, or there's always like like some government oversight that ruins it. But yeah, we talk about that, and Doom brings up that point, and then immediately reads, like, rather than try to answer the question, he's like, Dr. Doom's killing kids. Dr. Doom's killing, and he is. Yeah, he is. But like, Ryan North wrote. I feel like in that moment, Ryan North wrote himself into a corner and was like, "Oh shit, I don't know what to do. Dr. Doom's killing kids." I feel like if this book was written by Chip Zdarsky, all of this, like Ryan North was trying really hard to be Zdarsky or Ta-Nehisi Coates, because I feel like either of those writers would have handled this kind of these kind of political oversight questions a lot better. Because like every time you try to get like into a deeper question, immediately like something big happens to like jingling keys to not make you think about it too hard. Like I don't know. Dr. Doom comes in with a T-Rex, which that was from Ryan North's run, which that kind of sucks because like the Doom Rex was intelligent as Doom, but now he's just used as a dog. Doom does explain that, oh yeah, I bent him to my will, but like I just think Ryan North wanted to have Dr. Doom ride a T-Rex, which that's fair. But yeah, all of that goes out the window, and the next 3 issues is just let's fight Doom. And admittedly, Dr. Doom is written, like, this is written as Doom's story. Like, this is all written from Doom's perspective. And Ryan North has a solid voice for Dr. Doom. It's just that I feel like everything else around this comic has to be either ungodly stupid or you make the debate clearly tying with real-world events, but it doesn't work because the real person is an alleged monster. It falls apart the more you think about this event. Like, Ryan North, I know he's a good writer, and I like his Fantastic Four, and I want to keep reading it, but this event was just too big for him. Like, again, I feel like if this was Zdarsky or Ta-Nehisi Coates or a few other writers I would that are really good at political and superhero drama, they could have easily written something that they could have easily written something that would have been more serviceable to this story. But Ryan North, while he is good at science fiction writing, he's really good at it. And also, I've seen him in bursts do really good political notes. He's not good here. Like, it's not good here. Like, it all falls apart, and it's too long. Like, this book could have survived being 6-7 issues at most. Blood Hunt was in and out at 5 issues, and that's how most events are. But, like, yeah, it falls apart the more and more you go through this book. Also, it doesn't help, and this is not on Ryan. I will say that. This is not on Ryan North. That we have Thor, and then people are probably confused why Beta Ray Bill is out of here, which, that's fine. Beta Ray Bill here is really cool. But the reason why that is because in Al Ewing's Immortal Thor, the Asgardians get erased from everyone's knowledge. Like, they think it's all myths now, and Beta Ray Bill is replaced as a founding member of the Avengers with the thought process that he was inspired by the Norse gods. So, yeah, it's kind of jarring if you're not following Immortal Thor. It's kind of like in Devil's Reign, which had Ben Reilly Spider-Man in that book, because Spider-Man Beyond was going on. Again, that's not a knock on Ryan North or Zdarsky. That's more like they had to bend themselves to what was going on. But it really kind of sucks because Thor's very intrinsically tied to a lot of the event of One World Under Doom, and then out of nowhere it's Beta Ray Bill. Again, Al Ewing's Immortal Thor is fantastic, and I love it. And I also love that Beta Ray Bill gets to do more stuff, don't get me wrong. But, like, at the same time, if you're reading One World Under Doom and not Immortal Thor, it's going to be a little jarring. Anyway, so there you go. I wanted to like this. I really did. I wanted to like this event. And there are good things in here. There are, like, some solid moments in this book. But for the most part, the political message falls apart because it's not especially now. The conversations we have aren't really explored further, and it's too long. It just goes on too long. Anyway, so yeah, One World Under Doom. It's literally it's too big and it failed. I'm still gonna want to. I still like Ryan North, and I'm still gonna be excited for what he works on. I am curious because I think he's writing Flash next, if I'm not mistaken. But and I still want to read his Fantastic Four. But yeah, this was kind of all writers have their misfires, and I think this was his. Anyway, so if you've read One World Under Doom, do you have a different opinion than I do? That's totally fine. Chris, thank you so much for this comic. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.